Hello, ladies and gents. So, just to preface this, I'm kind of upset because I just shot two of these, and neither one recorded audio because I didn't check if my mic was on. So that was fun. So here's this one. This one is from Am I the Asshole? Or AITAH, which that's what it stands for, but there is actually another thread called Am I the Asshole? This was posted by physical underscore dot underscore 104. Um, this doesn't have a lot of comments. It has like 8. And again, it's very hard to find things with zero comments on them unless they're ads in these big ones. I'm posting. The reason I'm even doing this one is because it hits really close to home. So it's kind of personal. So let's get into it. Am I the asshole for sleeping with someone 2 weeks after a breakup? Hi, y'all. I just got out of an 8-month relationship with someone that I love. It was an intense relationship, but really up and down. I am a 24 male, and she's a bit older. I just slept with someone else, and I feel awful. I'm not over her whatsoever, and still having second thoughts about if breaking up was the right move. But I was really sad and lonely and drunk. I feel like I cheated on her even though we've been broken up. I also feel like I've ruined any chance of getting back together in the future. I'm in a weird time in my life, having recently experiences. I'm reading how he wrote it, so he recently experienced a loss. Let's just say that a significant loss in his immediate family. I feel so lost and confused. I am really beating myself up about this because I worry that I did something really wrong and I just don't know what to do. I worry that about the person I'm becoming. I feel so lost without her, yet I slept with someone else. So what does this mean? Am I the asshole? No. No. So the reason why I chose this one is because honestly, this sounds very similar to a situation I was in a few years ago. I was also dating a 24-year-old guy who was significantly younger than me. Um, I was 32. I was 32 when we started dating. Mainly because I didn't know how old he was. He seemed a lot older than he was, and I don't think he had his age posted on the site we met on. And he was telling he was mature for his age, which he was. He was a white collar guy, so he just seemed older and mature. I thought he was late 28. Regardless, he was about this age. And it was a very similar situation. We broke up. I did love him. I very much love this man. And he broke my heart. And so yeah, I can totally understand why you're feeling like this because I didn't go the sleeping with someone else route, but I can see how easily that could have happened. That could have spiraled that way. Luck, not necessarily luckily, but I'm not that kind of person. I don't sleep around with people. Um, but I can see and understand how you would feel so upset and hurt about what happened. I don't the how you broke up isn't in here. Who broke up with who isn't in here. But this is honestly kind of the Ross and Rachel situation, the we were on a break kind of thing. You guys are broken up. I mean, there was no cheating involved. That is I don't want to say it this way, but that is a you problem. If you ended up reaching out to her again or vice versa, you guys ended up talking and you admitted, yeah, I mean, I was with other people after we broke up. Chances are she's going to be her. I know I would be crushed if that's what happened in my situation. It didn't, but it very easily could have, because we did try and stay friends afterwards, and that was a huge worry of mine. So I understand that, yeah, it might ruin things for the future. Then again, did she? So she can feel hurt and upset, but if she did the same thing, she doesn't really have a leg to stand on. But regardless, she doesn't have anyway. Just because you guys are on a break or broken up, you're not together. So I can understand how in your mind you're thinking, I feel like I cheated. You didn't. So you should offer yourself a little grace on that aspect of it. Um, and I really know it's hard to move on. So no, absolutely not. You're not the you didn't cheat on her. You're not the asshole because, again, let's go back to the Ross and Rachel situation. You're not on a break. You are broken up, it says. Yep, we've broken up. So it's not like, oh, let's take a break and have time for ourselves. Then you would be 100. It doesn't matter if you're on a break. If you have the intent of getting back together, that would be an asshole move. It would not be cheating, just like, again, the Ross and Rachel situation. Didn't cheat, but it is a jerk move. But it says here that you're broken up. So if that's the truth of it, then you're broken up. And yes, you do have guilt because you actually had feelings for this girl, right? Which is very sweet. So you're just lost. Like you said, you're lost, lonely, confused. You are beating yourself up, and it sucks. You did not do anything wrong. So, um, if you're worried about the person you're becoming, uh, I mean, I could say get help, and I think that would be beneficial for you, or even just talk to someone. Just talk to someone. Talk to anyone. Friend. If you want to talk to a family member, I have my best friend of 30 years is my cousin. Um, so maybe you have someone like that. If you're not comfortable talking to a stranger, quote unquote, like a friend who's not in the know or a close family member, I mean, but you feel so lost without her, yet you slept with someone else. Yeah. I mean, that's the truth of it. And like I said, I would, if I was in your situation, but from her perspective, yeah, you feel so lost without me, yet you slept with someone. It would hurt, but you did not do anything wrong. Um, I could see how you would feel that way and interpret it that way, and how she would interpret it that way too. As a woman who's literally been in this situation on the other side of it, I would be crushed. It would hurt so much. But there, if I'm being honest, there would be resentment there. There would be honestly like a what the F moment because you care about me, you love me so much, but you slept with someone else. You were drunk, but you slept with someone else. It was an option for you. I don't mean to make you feel worse. I'm just trying to kind of put everything in perspective because, again, you didn't do anything wrong. And if I was in that situation, if that had happened on my end with my situation, technically he wouldn't have done anything wrong, but it would be very hard to let go. So if getting back together is something you're after, if it was up and down and it's really this intense, you would need to sit down and have a very, 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 very long, intense, honest conversation. Um, I don't think it means anything. I think it means your inhibitions were down. You were, again, lonely. You were sad. It it happens. You're a human. Everyone has free will. Everyone has, um, you know, they make mistakes. And I'm not saying this was necessarily a mistake because it was cheating, but if you feel this way this much, then clearly something happened in you said it in your mind about it. Yeah, it sucks. And I can sit here all day long and tell you, no, you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong because I don't think you did. But in your head, if you feel you did, um, maybe I don't want to say you need to come to terms with that, but talk to someone about it. But again, if you guys talk and she says, hey, that all I'm saying is brace yourself for it because as someone who was that girl, she's going to feel it. She's going to be hurt and she's going to yell. If this even comes to pass, even if this happens, she's going to yell, scream, be angry. Sorry, my camera sucks, and it blurs. Sure, she'll be angry. She'll call you names, but you just got to remember that it is what it is. You can't change it, and you didn't do anything wrong. It hurts on both ends, clearly, but you didn't do anything wrong. Um, yeah. So I mean that's my advice. Like I said, I think you'll be okay. Just try and for try and forgive yourself um about it, because it, it was a shit thing that happened to you. To both of you. I mean, you clearly were in a relationship that you both had. It doesn't 8-month relationship. Yes. For a 24-year-old, that is kind of short, but at the same time, not really. You're kind of getting to the point that 8 months, it's still intense, and that's still a long time to be with someone, whether it's up and downs or not. And you're allowed to be hurt, you're allowed to be heartbroken, and you were lonely and drunk. And so, but yeah, that's my little bit of, oops, that is my thoughts on the subject, at least. Like I said, I wanted to do this one because I was literally in this situation down to the ages, and I was like, okay then. So, um, yeah, do with that what you will. And I'm sorry it turned out this way. Hopefully it gets better. And I am sorry about your loss though. So, like I said, I hope it gets better for you.